Good morning to everyone. Myself, A. Kavya. I'm studying. I'm MSW training, specialization in community development. This is a part of my curriculum, and I am very thankful for everyone presence. I would like to welcome Professor and Head of the Department, Dr. R. Mangleshwaran, Department of Social Work, Bharatha University, and Dr. P. Ilango, our Senior Professor in Department of Social Work. Dr. J. O. Nanajan, Jerida Nanajan Eljo ma'am, welcoming ma'am. Dr. D. Nirmala ma'am, welcoming ma'am. Dr. N. Rajaveer, Professor, Organizing Secretary of this program, welcoming sir. And our guest faculties, Dr. R. Selvamani, Dr. R. Karthikeyan, Dr. Suresh M. Suresh Kumar, welcoming sir. And I would like welcome our Honorable Chief Guest of the webinar, Mr. Vijay, Manager of Transplant, Savita Medical College, and last but not least, I would like to welcome all the participants now and heartily welcoming Dr. M. Prasad, Department of Social Work, to introduce the resource person. Welcoming, sir.
So, good morning to all. Start from sir. Kavya. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, good morning to all. I am proud to say this 27 webinar, Department of Social Work, Bharathasan University is organized a virtual community organization program. The community organization program is one of the curriculum in social work practice. So our students are organizing webinar in various topics, and this promoted the student ability, including preparing the program, invitations and arrangement, and resource persons, and all those things. Department faculty also motivated and guiding the student for organizing the program. I heartily welcome Dr. Mangleshwaran, Professor and Head, Department of Social Work. The lockdown CO program was conducted offline mode at various community people. During the lockdown, we are the struggle to conduct the program. That the time saw taken initiative to start the CO program through virtual mode. This program also reached more than 3,000 participants. Thank you, sir. I am also glad to welcome our senior professor, Dr. Ilago sir, eminent professor in social work, professional field, and one of the leading gerontologists in South India. And Chief welcome Assistant Professor of the Department, Dr. Janajo Ilja Madam, Jada Madam, and Dr. Nirmala Madam, and Dr. Rajavel Sir. And I joyful welcome our chief guest faculty and my faculty, Dr. Vijayan is one of the leading organ transplantation and multi-organ Savita Medical College. And also I welcome my own colleague, Dr. Karthikeyan and Dr. Selvamani, always supported and guiding the student well-being. I tell about few words about our chief guest. Our chief guest is one of the very good experience and very eminent in the field of organ transplantation. He did in MSW, Manoramani Sundaram University, and he did in MPhil in Bharathasan University, and also he did in psychology in Vinayaga Mission, and he did PhD in Bharathiar University, and he did in PG diploma in PMIR, and he did in BA philosophy. Then he get a lot of experience, working experience in various organizations. He was the group counselor and the transplant coordinator, Sri Ramakrishna Medical College, Porur, the year of 2013 to 2015. And he was working hospital, Global Hospital, Chennai, transplantation coordinator, heart, lung, liver, and kidney, pancreas, and abdominal wall. Then next year, he was working. Current was working in the current was working in manager transplantation, multi-organ, Savita Medical College in Chennai, and it was a rich experience in achievement. More than 100, more than 200 renal transplantation, LD or T, handled individually. More than 45 cadavers, transplantation and donor has handled individually, and handled more than 25 heart and lung transplantation. So the being post heart and lungs and pancreas and renal transplantation. So received license and renewed multi-organ, well versed in the DMS and DME, and handled the received handling the received multi-organ from different state in around India. Then he was working in a teaching experience also. TS Hindu College, Narukoil, has been working as a lecturer the year of 2016 to 2010. More than 3 years experience in teaching, and moreover, he was experienced in Stella Maris Institute of Development Studies. He has been working as a project coordinator, and has experience in TVS, Community Development Officer, and he get a lot of responsibility in various sectors. For example, networking in NIRD, NABARD, and training teacher and effective implementations, deliver the effective teaching, and conducting PRA meeting, and strengthen the relationship between the teachers and parents. And he attended so many training. He conducted so many training. Conducted so many training. For example, concurrent training attended in PRA, National Institute of Indira Gandhi, and conducted training in the PRA, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, and conducted training in the child rights and disaster management, the family counseling, and skin transplantation training. Then he present so many papers, and national and international. He attended so many seminars. Get a well experienced in the field of transplantation. Last but not least, I welcome my student first year and second year. I welcome all. I hand over the section to our chief guest, Dr. Vijayan sir. Thank you, sir. Hello, Kavya. Start.
Sir?
Start.
Okay, sir. Sir, Vijay, sir. Sir, Vijay, sir.
Sir, Vijay, sir.
சார் அன்மியூட் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க சார். Sir.
Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Can you?
Shall I go ahead, sir?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, good morning to all. Thank you for a deep and elaborate welcoming speech. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank the department HODs, staff. I'm sorry, I didn't know the deep name, Dr. Karthikeyan sir, Salomani sir, the HOD, Dr. Mangalesharan sir, Yelango sir, and Mr. Suresh Kumar sir. I remember those names, and the management staff, and I know thanks for all the opportunities who has provided me to deliver the speech. And I mean, thanks a lot for Kavya, the wonderful work you have done too. I too remember you. So if I suppose I miss my name, don't mistake me. I like to thank all the people's board members and the university staff and the social workers, students, and all the colleagues who have been ready to learn a lot of perspective, who have been registered for to learn some valuable knowledge related with the transplant perspective. So I do not will take much time in my my introductions and all the welcoming things to you. I like to thank God to giving a provide a great opportunity to me to deliver this wonderful speech in all you peoples. So I hope that we can directly enter into the topic. It's a time I believe,
Interruption,
right?
sir.
Can you have a PPT?
Yes, sir. Sir, once again video on பண்ணுங்க sir. Video on பண்ணி பேசுங்க sir.
Yeah, I'll do that. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Can you have my PPT, ma? Can you share it?
Share, sir.
Can you share it?
Share, sir.
Kavya, nice yapı, slow. Kavya, Kavya.
Sir. Sir. Sir.
Disturbed voice, I think, Kavya. Is it okay now?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Be better that if can share my PPT.
Yes, sir. I will share, sir. Sir, wait a minute, sir. PPT loading, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Okay, sir.
Kavya.
Kavya, is it ready?
While loading, sir. Sorry, sir. The
Any problem? Can I help you?
connect பண்ணிட்டேன்.
Kavya.
Sir, present பண்ணிட்டேன், sir.
Sorry, I think you share the PPT through mobile. This is not good. Because you share the short PPT to my WhatsApp, I will share the PPT in laptop.
Okay.
Immediately you share the PPT to my WhatsApp. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, sir.
Sir, are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I can see you now. Yeah.
Yeah. You can proceed, sir.
Yeah, I can see now. Yeah. Can you go for the first slide?
Yes, sir, you go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I think, I have troubled you. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We'll go for it. Hello? Can go for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll go for your things. So our topic is an organ transplantation as dealing with grief. So it's a vast topic actually. First of all, we do have an idea related. I don't think we do have a too much idea related with the organ transplant, but most of we have been aware about the term of organ transplant. But it's a vast topic. Maybe you may think that we are the non-medical peoples, how far it was been related with us. It's a purely related with the medical things. So how far it was related with you, and the other part is how far it was related with the social worker thing. Now, what was the role of the social worker being within medical now treatment process, legal process, and all the thing. So all of these, we have a lot of questions, and I hope so we do have an answer for these too. So that is what we are going to deal with our topic as today, the organ transplantation, dealing with and grief. Okay. So the first thing, first we have to be know about what you mean by the organ donation first. There is a differences between organ donation as well as the whole body donation. So there is a vast difference. Organ donation is a process that it's defined as a thing that it was been like an we can be separated into a two segregated thing. One is a live donor organ transplantation donation, and another one is a cadaveric organ transplant donation. So we have the definition telling that organ as a part of an organ to be transplanted into another person. It wasn't known as an organ donation. So organ transplant, who need an organ transplant? For that, the answer is only the option to save the life in the patients affected by terminal organ failures and improve the quality of life. So those the persons who had an organ failure, there is no other go to save their life. Those the patients need to be get the organ transplanted, which the organ gets failed. Okay. So the number of organ transplantation have gradually increased when comparatively, past and the present. It has been, the last 2 decades, it has been a provident and excellent result in children as well as the young adults, and the challenging by the growing proportions of the elderly transplant patients which have comorbidity. So, when comparatively for the 10 years back and the latest scenario, that organ transplantation has vastly increased in a numbers, not only in a age group of middle age, adolescents, or else with an old age. Even with an pediatric, the organ transplantation has been increased in a vast and a huge number of changes. The result of organ transplant continue to improve as a consequence of the innovations and the improvement in the perioperative post-management process. Okay. So these are the areas where how the organ transplant gets increasing. So what do you mean by organ transplant? No, organ transplant involves the surgical implementation of an organ, section of an organ into a person whose own organ is failing. Okay, so those persons need the transplantation. So the donor organ may come from both diseased individual as well as from the living donor. That's what I have the first slide itself. I have told that there is two types of transplantation. One is a live transplant, and another one is an cadaveric transplant. We comes to the later part of what do you mean by the live transplant and the cadaveric transplant. The patient's psychological behavior aspects, as well as their emotional response and the mental health and the adherence to the medical regimen should be assessed before one goes for the organ transplantation. So the living donor psychological response towards the segment transplantation is an important aspect to consider in the transplantation process. That was the main aspects of the psychological aspects, no, because no, the perceptions and the knowledge which he have and the donations and the consequences of the problems, everything should be aware of the donor as well as the recipient. That is what the psychological perspective of the donor and the recipient regimen factor is more important. Okay, so the development, you can see that how the development process has get into the stream. The development of an organ transplant in the second half of the 20th century has been a remarkable achievement. Recently, the organ transplant is one of the most effective options for those with an end stage organ failure. Its success has been basically mainly depend on the public awareness, support, and active participation. Here, now we comes to know that what was the role of, as we people, I can probably say that I am also the social worker, and we say that how our role has been played a major role in this, particularly in this area, how basically depend on the public awareness, support, and make the people into the participation. So without these factors, the efficiency of organ transplant and the consequent of saving or extension of life would have undoubtedly suffered adversely. The number of patients in need of organ transplant, even though it was happening and developed in a huge number, the patients or also the organ failure patients in an other side also increased in a rapid phase. In contrast, the number of available of organ has also, now only the demand of organ is also increasing in an other extent. Okay, so now, so these are the basic things how we do the organ transplant and the process being involved. Now we comes to the know of types of donor. Can you go for the slide of the types of donor? Yeah. So the types of donor is, the type of donor is, one type is the live donor and another type is the deceased donor. So here we comes. What do you mean by the live and the deceased? First, there is the options called an live option. Live option is the things that when the patient is on live and the patient, he has been affected from the organ failure, the recipient side, one who is alive, who is been fit to donate their organ, can be donate the organ to the patient. That is then called as a live donation. So when it goes for the live, it's been classified into two types. One is an related and another one is an unrelated. So there is the two types of transplant in an live. One is a related donor and another one is an unrelated donor. But in India, it was purely the donor can be only as related. Now here we comes to the things that who can be a related donor for the patient. The patient's blood grouping relation is the things that the patient, mother, father, spouse, his own blood brother, sisters can be a donor, right? And it involves of a lot of medical things and all other things. If you want to know that, we will know deeply, we can be discussing and later. This is known as a live donor. So one, their establishment of the relationship as well as their blood grouping matching and everything has been okay. Even with the government procedures and the documentation has been has been done, and we have to be licensing with the government, and the inquiry committee has been there, and every work has been done, and the government will get cleared to go for the transplant. So this is called as a live donor transplant. And when it comes for the deceased donor, there is two types. One is the cardiac natural death, and another one is a brain death. And first, when the patient is on bed of the cardiac natural death, the patient can donate the organ. But in India, it was not that much of familiarized when it comes to one cardiac natural death. But brain death India, commonly we have been generating a lot and lot of brain dead patient that is known as an disease donor organ transplant, which can be other term is known as an cadaveric transplant. Cadaver is a Greek word because the cadaver has been started in an Rome. So the term cadaveric means a disease donor organ transplant. So who can be a brain dead? Mostly the brain dead patient, 95% of the brain dead patients can be the trauma patients who have been RTA in the sense that road traffic accident, who can be accident patient, who can be a severe injured on his, head injury, and the patients can be declared as a brain dead. Okay, so those patients can donate their organs when they have been declared, he or she can be declared as a brain dead, and we have to be counsel their family members about what's the situation and what is the brain dead and how they can helpful to others related with donating their organs. Okay, so this is known as an brain dead. So as one person, what are the organs and tissues can be donated? Can you go for the next slide, please? So the patient can donate organs, the tissues that can be donated is lungs can be donated, heart can be, please go for the next slide, please. Yeah, the lungs can be donated, the heart can be donated, even the liver can be donated, intestine, kidney, and pancreas. So these all are the organs, and the tissues that can be donated is cornea, skin, bones, valves, and tendons and veins. So these all comes under the tissues. Okay, so these, as a brain dead patient, one donor can be donate this many organs and this many tissues. So just imagine that one brain dead organ can save how many lives? At least 8 to 10 lives. So this can make a major difference and save their life. That is what it has been displayed in this figure. Okay, can you go for the previous slide, please? Previous one. Next one. Next, yeah. So organs and tissues that can be donated, this is not an accurate data. It's up to 2018 data, which can be donated all over in Tamil Nadu. Just see how many hearts has donated, how many heart valves, livers, intestine, blood vessel, cornea, lung, kidney, pancreas. So totally how many organs and tissues still so far in Tamil Nadu has done the donation. And we proudly say, and most of you people will be aware, we are the first state consecutively 6 times. By this year also, consecutively 6 years, we are the leading organ generated state and also the maximum utilization of the organ in India. So it's a huge thing and a proud thing. So just imagine that how the Tamil Nadu is doing the organ donation and the organ transplantation, because of our success and the donation all depends on your like-minded people who can create the awareness, and the donation has happening and transplantation has been doing here, right? It's just for your data to sensitize to you how many transplant is happening. Can you go for the next slide? And next, yeah. And what can be the donated by the living donor? So likely I have said in your past thing that there is a differences between living and the deceased donor. When the person is living, what are the organs can be donated is kidney can be donated, bone marrow can be donated, liver can be donated, and the part of pancreas can be donated. But blood, it not comes under the organ, but still the donation during the lives of has included the blood also, right? So these are the organs. While we are live, the patients, the donor can be donated as a lively manner. Okay, please go for the next slide, please. Next slide, please. So yeah, this is what how the organ can be donated. Previous slide, please. Yeah, this is one. So and this figures clearly shows that how the donor can be compatible, how that who can be a donor, whether the friend can be a donor, and your auntie can be a donor or your husband can be a donor, and how far the relationship is matching. So for your understanding, I have just made through this slide how it was been matching through the thing. That is what. And next one, please. And mastocyte classification. So this was the little bit a confused stage for you related with the medical thing actually. When the patient is on death on arrival and the patient situation is uncontrolled, what are the organs can be retrieved? When the death on arrival, patient can be uncontrolled. The only thing what can be removed is the tissue, heart walls, cornea, kidney. Only that can be removed. And the second, when unsuccessful resignations of anticipated cardiac arrest, if it's uncontrolled, none of the organ can be retrieved, only the kidney can be retrieved. And if the blood pressure can be controlled and the cardiac arrest vitals can be controlled, yes, all the organs can be retrieved. And once the patient is on cardiac arrest, in brain dead donor and it was controlled, all organs can be harvested. Heart cannot be harvested since the patient had a massive cardiac arrest. So heart cannot be useful. Apart from the heart, when all the things can control, all other organ can be usable. When unexpected cardiac arrest in a hospital in inpatient and it was uncontrolled, yes, none of the organ cannot be retrieved. But now the situation has been changed, and when even it was uncontrolled, all organs can be retrieved except the heart cannot be removed. So this is what it's just for an understanding the mastocyte classification, how the organs can be retrieved in the various situations, right? So this is the important one. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is the main thing, the brain death. Brain death. So everybody knows that the terms of the brain death, but we have been a little bit of unaware that what's really known about the brain death. So the brain death is the first one. First the indicated is a normal brain, and the second, which can be the blue shaded, it can be as a brain death, which can be known as the brain death. So when the normal brain is in function, we call as a cerebrum and the cerebellum and the brain stem. So the brain stem which occurs, the bleed will happen. Simple understanding of the things is when the patient is on brain dead, there will be an internal bleeding in the brain, and when the bleeding cannot be stopped and the brain is dead, it is known as a brain death. So when the brain death test for a brainstem death will happen, in medically the doctors will come and declare the aspects of the protocol, says what are the things has to be fulfilled to declare as a brain death. When it was been fulfilled, all the things has been happened. In medical term, we call the brainstem test as called as an apnea test. Okay, so who can be certified the brain death? Please next slide, please. Who all the doctors, members of the board who can be certified as the brain dead is the MS, the authorized specialized, the neurologist or the neurosurgeons, and the medical officer who was treating the physician who was treating the patient. These are the four important members. Now they have to be declared the brainstem certification. The brainstem certification of the medical term is known as the apnea test. So minimum there will be a interval gap. There should be a two declaration, brainstem declaration. When the first declaration has happened, within the another 6 hours gap, the same test has been performed. When the second test has been performed in the interval of the 6 hours gap, it has to be come as the same of the first brain death certification has happened. If there is any changes in the second declaration has happened, and again we have to wait for another 6 hours, the minimum intervals to certify it again. So when the brainstem of the second declaration is held, that the time has been mentioned in the death summary. The patient is on the death at the time of second apnea time. Okay, so there is an exclusion criteria for an organ donor. Please go for the next slide, please. Yeah. is absolute. There is an age, no age criteria is there for the renal disease, the age, the malignancy, the age of above 70 years, the patient who has been hypertension and the infective of heart disease, drug abuse, age related with the 6 years above and the 60 years below and the early diabetic stage. These are the exclusion criteria for an organ donor, right? And please go for the next slide, please. Probably you have been aware about this. Transplant Authority of Tamil Nadu, in short, we call as an Transplant. This is the government authority of Tamil Nadu for the cadaveric, for the disease donor transplant. This is controlling authority who can allot the organs for Tamil Nadu, for all over the Tamil Nadu. It was been when the patient is on brain dead, you cannot be donate the organ as it is, and whom we like, we cannot be give the organs. It was a transparent organization related within Tamil Nadu. So once the brain dead has happened, we have to be informed to the government authority of Tamil Nadu, who is known as a transplant, and we have to be informed. And all the organs, it has been a seniority based in their website, and it has been a transparent to all the hospitals who can see that website and know the seniority. And by the seniority wise, any organ can be, whatever the organ the donation has happened, it was been purely allocated to the process of transplant. Okay, it's purely related with the seniority. You cannot be overlooked the seniority, and it was an purely openly thing. Everybody can see the seniority too, right? So that's what the great initiative by the Tamil Nadu government who has been made by the website is also the government website. Even the private hospital has to be registered in the government website for the organ transplantation. And the NOTO is the thing that it's a central government, it's the regulatory body of the central thing. Like the state, we have an transplant. It's a central by an India wise. If the organ has been allotted to the state wise, the NOTO will allot the organs to the state wise. That is also the clearly and purely based on the seniority basis. Okay. Then this is all about this much of the things which comes under all about the transplantation and the thing and the process which goes on. Now, we comes on the grief. How far this transplantation and the grief has been related. Probably we may think that transplantation is the good thing. We are saving their life. What is the grief in it? We have to be happy enough with the thing. Yes, of course. But how the grief has been involved? Yes, there is a grief has to be involved in the thing first. Now, as a social worker, we know what do you mean by the grief. Actually, grief can be defined as an emotional reactions to a significant loss. And grief involves an emotional and life adjustment that can vary in levels and degrees. So you should know about what you mean by the grief actually. So how far it was related with the grief? Suddenly when we see the patient who has been talking to us, very next moment or the next second when the patient is met with an accident, he will be admitted in a hospital, and 2 hours or 3 hours within a day or 2 days, the doctors come and say that the patient is brain dead. No, you cannot be accept that the sudden happenings. You cannot be accept. See the situation how we are in a grief, right? And when the patient is on a grief, don't you think that you go and ask all of the sudden that so and so he is on the brain dead? Can you donate the organ? No, you cannot. So we should understand the level of the grief in which the family has been insisting. So why I have been insisting this thing is, here our role is as a social worker, our role is the most important factor to be played. How to be approach the family, how to be come out of them, how to be respect the people, how we respect their emotional things and all. Okay. And next slide, please. So when the patient is on brain dead, how we go and consent for the organ donation? So many families doesn't still educated or non-educated. We cannot be measure the knowledge. You cannot be go and say that how come they have been aware about the organ donation and the brain death process. Many families have never discussed or even thought about organ donation. until the tragedy happens. Very frank with that. And the families will be asked about the wishes of their dead relative. In some instances, there may be a designated, substitute designation made under the Advance Care Directive who must be consulted. So we should be, know who should we be counsel and who should we can be taught. Now, if these wishes are not known, the family or substitute decision maker will need to make the decision. And the donor family have given the following reasons for consenting the organ donations. This may be a main part actually. It was an opportunity for something positive to come out of a tragedy, and it would enable someone else to live a better life. The person would have wanted to help others, right? So these are the stages when we counsel the patients, and the consent of the organ has to be donated. So that was the main thing, and we should be very, very careful in that when dealing with the people who have been under the grief. And that is what, while dealing with these people, when we counsel the people, I can even I can say that there is a rule that doctors cannot be counsel the patients for an organ donation. And it's a government GIBO for your understanding. There should be a designated transplant coordinator or the grief counselor who has been the designated and the qualification of an social worker is the all persons to counsel the patients for an organ donation. And the 5 stages of grief, I think, this was not related to you, everybody knows that. So I can skip that slide. Can you go for the next slide, please? Next one. Next one. Next one. Yeah. Things that can be complicate the grief, and this is what, we should be very careful on the things, the situation that may complicate grieving of family members, include of, sudden or the traumatic death, the death of the child, a perception that, death may have been prevented, the lack of support, the lack of opportunity to spend time with their relatives. So these are, some of the factors which can be complicate the grief. And the supporting donor families, this is also the main thing to make them to be get organ donated. The donor families will need a special attention and supporting through this period, and support for donor families will help in their grief recovery. And the support starts at this arrival at the hospital and includes accurate, we should be very, very, very careful in that when dealing with such persons, when the person is on under the grief. If suppose we are not knowing some information, we are not supposed to give any fake information or anything. You should be very careful in giving some accurate information regarding the patient's treatment and their likely outcome. Empathy and understanding from all staff, information about the organ donation, and the main thing is that the chance to ask the questions, the private times with their relatives, and the consideration of the spiritual needs if they need. We have to be provide that too. So these are some of the things that we have as a counselor or as a counseling team, as a social worker. We have to be support the donor families. It's one of your main important job. And the provisions of caring for a staff working, it also plays a very vital role. The care of staff working contest is vital care and support to assist staff to cope up with grief and other stresses can be offered of the level of the organization, and by the promotions of individual strategies such as finding meaning in family care, self-reflection, and expression of grief, right? So the empathy and understanding between the role players which enhance the outcomes. This is also the vital role actually. So the multidisciplinary treating team understand each other's actions, stresses, emergency of the trust, empathy, respect, and collaboration will contribute to the, definitely improve the outcomes for all which involved for the same motive. And the empathy is increased monitoring of the psychosocial futures relevant to the family members. Staff is expected to contribute the personal growth and the effectiveness of the system of the whole. So the effective contribute to a supportive environment which brings the working context can be both emotional symptoms, rewarding the contributing to the professional and the professional growth. Now, here what we trying to convince the thing is, it's purely related with the noble cause we have been working. So the environment, we have to be create a supportive environment, and the balance between your psychological care and the attention to the important task. Ultimately we are working to save your life. It's not a thing that we have some focused on the things that working for some other cause for the development or anything. Here the important thing is we have been dealing with the it's been a very very highly the sensitive area we have been working on, and the cause is to save your life. That is our main motive. So we should respect others, and we should respect their emotional thing, and know the situation, know the environment, and how to save the life. That is our motive. And it's a very 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 sensitized area. Your emotional intelligence, your planning aspects, and you cannot be look on your time forward to work on. You have to be work as hard, and the passionate of working is most necessary to save most of the life related with the transplantation process. So maybe I was being a bit fast in this to complete the session, but I likely to our audience to be go ahead with many questions, so that I can clarify the questions, so that now I'll be satisfied with the thing that I can give some knowledge related with the transplant perspective. So just imagine that there will be a differences between a live donor organ transplant and the deceased donor organ transplant, and there is other part which most commonly people say that whole body donation is different and the transplantation is different. Okay, so thank you very much. So I was most welcome that we can go for the question session if you have doubts. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's most welcome that no people can ask so many questions. You are fired up with your questions. I'm ready to answer all your questions. Yeah, please.
Sir, first of all, good morning, sir. I have a couple of questions to ask
Please,
with you.
please.
Can I start? What was the hardest organ to donate or match with some other person?
See, I can say that liver. Liver is hardest organ which can be get the transplant, because it is the organ. It's the big organ actually when comparatively with another thing, but it's a lot of technical issues are being get transplanted. It will take at least before 6 to 7 years back. If it's go for a live liver transplant, it will take at least 16 hours to 18 hours of time, because we have to be retrieve the organ from the donor, and the retrieved organ has to be implanted to the recipient. So to retrieve the organ from the donor is a tough task. I'm talking about the live liver transplant. Okay, live liver transplant, live donor liver transplant. And when it comes for the cadaveric liver transplant, at least 6 to 8 hours of time. Still that we have to be stand, where the surgeons, there's a lot of surgical procedures has been involved. So it's a tough procedure, but now technically a lot of things has happened. So it's a tough thing to be, take a time, and the hardest thing to do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And another question, sir.
Yeah, please.
What was the organ that we cannot able to donate as well as get from other people?
See, but the most of the organ can be donated. The toughest thing still the organ has not transplanted is the brain. It was the one that Now, still the research has been going. It's a very, very, very complicated thing. It was not succeeded still. Apart from that, now you can see in the slide that all the major of the organs can be, the solid organs can be transplanted. Even an abdominal wall, even your intestine can also be transplanted. And recently, even you will be hearing about the hand transplant also. All the things are succeeded. Even we have did the 2 uterus replacement transplant too was recently, and it was succeed.
Okay, sir. Then what about skin transplant? Is that possible?
See, the skin is not comes under the organ by your knowledge. It comes under the tissue.
Yeah, even though tissue is possible to transfer, I believe. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, you can. No, you have be aware about the cosmetic surgeries, plastic surgeries, and all the thing, right? So in that area, the skin plays a very, very, very vital role.
Will they take from another people and keep the other people's skin into the other
In,
people's body? I don't understand your point, sir.
and the problem is, majorly the skin can be retrieved from the brain dead person, not as the live. Okay. So you
Okay.
see, the skin can be majorly used for the purpose, not only for the cosmetic surgeries and all the thing. It will be very, very useful for banning cases. It will be plays a very major role in the burning cases. Still, there is a skin bank who can preserve the skin up to 6 months to a year. So it will be a very, very useful thing.
Okay, sir. Sir, another final question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Why do kidney transplants only last for 10 years?
Mm-hmm. By your understanding, the kidney transplant is not only for 10 years. It's happening, 1980s it has been started, but in Tamil Nadu, it was been started in 1996. In GH, it was started in 1998. Before RGGH, Rajiv Gandhi Government Hospital has started the live donor renal transplant. KMCH, Keel Park Medical College Hospital has started the transplant. Dr. Soundararajan, he is the chief of the nephrologist. The time of HOD, he has been in Keel Park Medical College. He has started the first transplant in a government GH, a live donor renal transplant. Okay, not by 10 years.
No, sir, you didn't get my point, sir. I'm asking like the duration might be only 10 years or it can be extended to that.
See, if you buy a TV, they will give you a guarantee for 5 years or 6 years or 10 years, but we doesn't
That's why
know
I'm asking how
but
many years it will be a person can be alive.
see, it doesn't mean that the TV can come only for 6 years, 10 years. Before that, within a year also it can go, or within a 6 months, or within a 2 days also the spares can get damaged, and your TV will go. And even they will give you a 10 years of guarantee, it will come as 20 years or 25 years. The same thing for all the transplant, not only for the kidney transplant. We do have the transplant patients who have survived more than 26 years, 30 years patients, still we do have. At the same time, I have to be agree with the other thing that on table rejection. No, one day the surgery will help, the very next day the kidney will get rejected. 3 years the kidney will get rejected. 5 years the kidney will get rejected. So hope you understand the thing. It's all about the reasons of how our body regimen and the immunity factors which accept our organ. That is the main thing. But when comparatively by the past 6 or 7 years, the reason was the medicines, the technology has improved and the successive rate has rapidly increased in a huge number. And other factors of the recipient thing is how far the transplant is important more than the transplantation. After that, how far the recipient they care themselves. That is also the important thing. If they will recover the thing and all of the sudden if they have stopped the meditations without consulting of the doctors and they restricted all the thing, our effort all went in a vain. All of a sudden the kidney will get rejected, because although it was a foreign organ, right? So it all depends on the immune and how we take care of your body factor, that is plays a very vital role. I hope I answered your point. Sorry, your question.
Yes, sir. And another one question, sir.
Yeah.
This is for the imagination question. I am not sure. I'm
No,
sure.
whatever you have here, please.
Okay, perfect. Do you think brain transplant will be in future? Do you have any idea regarding that based on your experience?
Everything is possible, but be frank, as an individual, I won't agree with the brain transplant because when you go for the thing, a lot of unwanted factors can happen because the brain can be transmitted one to one another, the reaction time, the behavior, the action, everything can be changed, but it will happen, but take a time.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Very good morning. Here
Yeah,
I
good
have
morning.
a doubt.
Yeah, please.
So nowadays the youngsters, many of them are affected with sugar, BP, and thyroid. And those problems has come common to all of us, and they take some medical pills to cure it. And if such person transfer that is donate their organs, how it will be?
Yeah, it's a good question. Actually, see, can donate. No, BP patient can donate. Even a thyroid patient can. Yeah, please.
Sir, kindly for interruption. Sir, this is a video is recorded to launch from our YouTube channels. Kindly unmute your videos and asking question from the students or participation sites because all the
Is it okay?
documents is recorded.
Yeah.
It's okay, sir. And same time, audience, if you asking to questions, kindly unmute your video and directly to discuss in the resource person. Thank you. Sorry for inconvenience.
Yeah, no issues. Thank you for your info. As ma'am has asked the question, it's a thing that there is no contraindication that the donor have like thyroid or else with sugar, and the persons can be donated. The persons who have been like a long-term diabetic, definitely no, it cannot be donated. And it's like an spreading disease like cancer, HIV, AIDS, strong malignancy. That can be also the persons who have been the donor. If you have been found out, those persons cannot be also be donated. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions, please? I'm happy that you can put up a lot of questions. Any others? That's it. Any other questions, please?
Some of the questions are in chat box.
Yeah, please.
Kalpana is asking the question: should be a patient following the same diet and followed during dialysis, even for the kidney transplantation?
Yeah, it's a good question. The patient who have been under the dialysis, see, the main thing is we are doing the transplant because to get a normal functioning. So when they done the transplant and the patient who has been under the transplant, within the 2 or 3 days, we start the normal diet. No, not the same diet. The patients who have been under the dialysis, the patient can go for the normal diet within a 3 days span. So yes, absolutely, the same diet not be used while the patient get be transplanted. So that is the main aim that we are doing the transplant. They will be free from dialysis.
Question.
Yeah, please.
Another question. Soundri asking if you is a COVID-19 affected patient is possible for organizing donation after death.
After death, no. It's clearly explained. After death, whoever it's been COVID-19, it's a normal death or whatever. No, When the patient's blood flow has stopped, no, he cannot retrieve any organ, right?
Yes. Okay, any question? Your time to consent will be call upon to propose the vote of thanks, program coordinator.
Yeah, please.
Sir, another question from the chat box. How many
Yeah,
days
yeah.
take to fix up the transplant organs?
I'm sorry, I can't catch your point. I'm sorry.
How many days will take to fiction of transplant organs? Organs வந்து எவ்வளவு நாள்ல வந்து நம்ம fix பண்ணலாம் எடுத்த organs?
How many days will take to fixation of transplant organs?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, see, every organ, there has been a limited span time. Now we call as a ischemic time. So the long-term time is in kidney, we can be save up to 48 hours of time, and the lung who has been 6 hours and 8 hours of liver, and heart, which the organ has only the 5 to 6 hours of interval. Once we retrieve the organ, within the 5 hours to the 6 hours we have to be retrieved. But commonly, how fast we retrieve and we can implant, the success will arises, right? So hope I have answered. Any doubt?
Proceed, program coordinator, and propose the vote of thanks.
Sir, another question is Gauri is asking one question, sir.
Yeah, please. Yes, the corona recovery people can have a possible of body parts transplantation. No, the corona recovery people, I can't catch this point actually. What is this question? Even the patient who has been affected by corona and recovered from corona, can the patient can donate the organ? Is the question? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the correct one.
Same.
See, the problem is like a whole body donation, we cannot come and donate. Yeah, can be a donor, but no, as of now, see, if I was the donor, I was recovered from an corona, I cannot donate the organ as it is to somebody else, right? I can now, as we have seen in a later, there is a rules and regulations from the government. It clearly says that only the mere relation can be a donor. Only the patient's mother, father, blood relation can be a donor. Now we cannot donate the organ as it is to someone else. But related to this question, when we recovered from a corona and we develop the antibody and which comes as negative, after the recovery of 35 days to 40 days, your antibody is good enough, yes, you can donate the organ. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Kavya.
Yes, sir.
Kavya,
Okay.
any questions, Rika?
Okay, sir. Very good morning to one and all. Thank you for our wonderful opportunity for the Department of Social Work, Dr. R. Head of the department, Dr. R. Mangleshwaran, and Professor P. Ilango. Thank you, sir. And Dr. D. Nirmala, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And Dr. J.O. Jerida Nanajan Erju, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And Dr. N. Rajavel, sir, Program Organizing Secretary. Thank you, sir. And most of the hearty thanks to Mr. Vijay, Manager of Transplant, Savita Medical College. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. And thank our guest faculties, Dr. R. Salomani, sir, and Dr. R. Karthikeyan, sir, and Dr. M. Suresh Mathur. Thank you, sir. And very thankful to my participations. Very thanks. And the program was successful. Sharmila Banu, thank you. And my many friends were thank you. Because in the laptop, in the program, organize. Thank you. Thank you.